just keep on accepting them. So the American R sound is literally the most complex sound of the American accent to master. It's one that takes at least a couple of months of consistency in order to get it from all different angles. But today we're just going to touch on some of the most important components of it for you to be aware of. So this is that there are two types of R sounds, in fact, and this is exactly what we're going to be diving into. So sometimes R will make this sound like R or air kind of sound. Others, it'll make more of a sound like a R. The one getting the R, air, all those, that's when you've got R coming after vowel sounds. Now, when I say vowels, I'm talking about the sounds like a, e, all those different ones. Check this out here. The American R's positioning. Here's the key. Like I said, R following a vowel is a little bit weaker than R when it's beginning a word. Now, for a lot of people, it's more natural to get R sounding like a r kind of sound, where the tip of your tongue would touch your alveolar ridge. Let me just zoom this in here. So the tip of your tongue may naturally want to go up and go to that r kind of position. Now, there are two positions that we can use to make a good, clear R sound, and we're definitely going to get both of them down. One of them is what we're seeing right here with that teeth close together and the tongue is just kind of pulling back like that. That's the first R sound that we're going to practice today. Let's give this a shot. First, opening up the jaw and kind of closing your jaw and pulling your tongue back simultaneously like R. Let's hear you folks give that a shot. Good. Very good. Good one. Good. So that's position number one. The tongue literally pulls back. The teeth stay close together. A mistake that a lot of folks make with the R sound is they'll learn the tongue position. They'll learn that they got to keep their tongue pulled back, but they won't keep their teeth close together. And that distorts the sound a little. That kind of gives you like an R. And there's a slight difference, R versus R. So you want to make sure that you're getting that confidently every time. Now, the other position for the R feels a little more natural for a lot of people. It's kind of like this, and it makes the same sound. Again, you pull your tongue back. Your tongue's kind of making pressure in the back of your mouth, but also in the front, it's going up. Now, notice it's not going up so high that it touches the alveolar ridge here. That's what we got to make sure of, because if you're a Spanish speaker or if you're whatever your language is, that'll give you a sound like a ra. And that's to be avoided in English. So whether you pull the tongue back, R, or you push it upwards, R, you can get a good, clear sound there. Now, diving into how we get the hang of this, we've just got to recognize now that position, R, is what we're going to hear mostly when R is ending words. When we've got these different vowel sounds before R, that's what makes all the difference. A, O, or E are some of the prime examples here. Let's take a look at some of these. I'm going to read these out. And for now, just with your mics muted, just repeat them after me so that you get a good feel for them. And then we'll get them a little bit quicker and I'll give you some feedback just after. So starting with this R, far, car. These are his. That's too far. Take the car. So all of those, I'm pulling my tongue back or I'm making the tip go up, but I'm not touching the tip of the tongue to the roof of my mouth. That's the important part. Next one's down here. Aren't just making that R sound, but these ones are going to round your lips a little bit, like or. So starting out, we've got this either or. What's that for? More than four. And notice this sound for four, it's the same as this sound for four. They are homonyms. They make the same sound. And one other thing to bring to your attention, with this word here, either, I get people asking me, is it either or either? And I want to mention both are acceptable. Either is a little bit more American English. Either is more British English. If you're in Canada, which some of you here, including me, I am in Canada and some of you here are, you can actually go with either. Like you can do either. Both of them are good. Either or either. Anyway, moving on. Next ones, we got this ear sound. Now, I want to bring something to your attention here. When we're going like ear, first, could I hear everyone? And feel free to unmute your mic for this to get that sound like ear. Just the ear. And just that e. That's it. That's it. When you make that sound, you're making pressure between the back of your tongue and your top teeth. That's what makes a clear E sound. Now, when we go from that E to the R, we're just pulling the tongue back. Ear. It's just a slide, a change in the pressure. This is just so that you know, you don't have to get that A. We don't have to give it ER, or anything like that. Ear. And now another thing to bring to your attention, the difference between these words, ear and year. Very important one. So ear has the voice flowing out from the belly there. E. When we get this one now, year. It's starting with a consonant sound. It's starting with a y kind of sound in the beginning. Year. That's the difference. This one here, ear. It's starting down here. This one here, year. It's starting from a change of pressure in your tongue up here in your mouth. Year versus ear. Anyway, now we got those nice and clear. Repeat these after me again, just with your mics muted for now. Starting with talk my ear off. Just got here. Over the years. Good stuff. So, R ending words, getting that kind of sound. Now, here are some words that I want to bring to everyone's attention so that we're getting this crystal clear. If you come from a country where you grew up speaking a British English influence, I know some of you here had that experience, then it's likely that these words sound the exact same when you pronounce them if you aren't focused. And so we can work on this muscle memory exercise right now. And by the way, let me just share with all you folks, now that we got some more of you people here, I'm going to share with you this materials package that we're seeing. So you've got everything, easily acceptable. I'm putting it in the chat right now. So any of you can check that out and, get a feel for that. the podcast episodes and all. But back to the R. So like I said, some of you may mix this up, R and ah. I want to give you some feedback on that. So we got 4 lines here, 4 rows. Who wants to read out, repeating after me for the first few, some of these here? Any takers on who wants feedback for these between like jar and jaw, between those top 3? Deborah.
Jar. Joe.
Now, I'll stop you for one moment, Deb. Repeat these ones after me. I'll get them first, and then you say them back.
Okay.
So just so you get your ears used to it. Let's start with that. Jar. Pulling the tongue back. Jar.
Jar.
Yes, ma'am. Ja.
Jar.
Yep. Part.
Part.
Pot.
Pot.
Dark.
Dark.
And a little more movement of your jaw there, Deborah. A little more. Dark.
Dark.
And dark.
Dark.
Not bad. So, Deborah, my recommendation would be when you're getting that R sound, make sure that your jaw pulls up and your teeth come close together. Just like we saw, we were seeing in these pictures in the beginning. The teeth real close together. If you get jar, it distorts the sound a little. Jar. Crystal clear. That's exactly it. Yes. Very good. Anybody want to do these next 3 in the following row? I'd love to give someone feedback on those.
I can do that.
Right on, Wakas. Let's hear what you got, sir. Those 3 there. Repeat after me. Arm.
Arm. On.
Scar. Ska.
Scar. Ska.
Party. Potty.
Party. Potty.
Nice. The last one I know has caused embarrassment for people from all over the world, mixing up those 2. And it's simple. Just get that R defined before the flap T. Party. That's the key. Next 3 down. Does anyone want to read out those 3 there? Right on, Andrea. Let's hear what you got. Repeating after me, Andrea. Art. Ah. Oh, and the other? Art.
Art.
Sharp. Sharp.
Sharp.
Par. Pa.
Par. Pa.
All 3 were good. Very good. Good, like articulation. Your teeth are close. Good, clear sound. And then we got 3 more. Anyone wants to warm up with those, or I'll just read them out? All right. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Mohit. Let's hear what you got there, sir.
Large. Large.
Yeah.
Carp. Cop.
Mm-hmm.
Harp. Hop.
Nice. Yes. Killing it on these. Good voice projection. Good R articulation in each of those. Very clear. So, taking a look just beyond that with this R sound. Like I said, this is the most difficult thing to get consistently in the American accent. What we've got to do now, I'm sending this, I've already sent this in the chat. You got idioms down here. And as I've said in the past, all my materials are equipped with these links to youglish.com. You can open up any of those blue links that you'll find in the materials I share with you, and then you can listen to American English speakers in the American accent use the words that are highlighted. Very useful. But what we're going to do for today is take a look to this document. It says R sound enhancement. Now, this is a silly exercise, I'll be honest with you. And the point of this exercise is muscle memory. It's just getting used to pulling into that R position. Here's what it comes down to. The words are, A-R-E, and R, O-U-R, have the same pronunciation. A common mix-up is pronouncing the O-U-R, R, as our. That's very articulate. That's getting every sound perfectly clear. And as you may have noticed, the American accent doesn't get every sound perfectly clear. So I wouldn't say those are ours. I'd say those are ours. Those are ours. Anyone want to read that back to me there? If everyone wants to read that out, I'd love to tell you how it sounds. Those are ours.
Those are ours.
Good.
Those are ours.
Good. And Andrea there, I saw you raised your hand. Let's hear what you got with that. Those are ours.
Those are ours. Those are ours.
Nice. Good. How about here?
Those are ours. Okay.
Even in there, getting those R's there, Mohit, making sure not to touch the roof of the mouth. Those are ours.
Those are ours.
That's controlled. Yes, sir.
Those are us.
And then that second R there, Deborah, a little more power. Those are ours.
Those are us.
How about here on our lunch hour?
On a lunch hour.
Not bad. Anybody else want to make sure you're getting that R defined? On our lunch hour.
On our lunch hour.
Good, good. And yeah, again, and Andrea, what do you got with that one?
On our arch hour.
Good. And try to get it like we were discussing earlier. No breaks between them. On our lunch hour.
On our lunch hour.
Yes, that's the flow. And then one more. When are our hours changing? All the R's together there.
When are our hours changing?
Good one. Good one. So, muscle memory is the key. Here's how that happens. This is not necessarily grammatically correct little story, but I've written this great little story a few years back, and it's all about, it takes all of the R's, A-R-E and O-U-R, and it just makes it into an R like this. Additionally, it's full of R's: ordering, shared, appetizer, pitcher of water. So let's go through this from top to bottom. It's all about muscle memory. That's what we're here for, training the muscles to get used to this. I'm going to read each of these out loud, and I'd like you guys first read it out to yourselves, just with your mics muted. And then if someone would like to give me, read it out, I'll give you some feedback. So starting out with, we are going to our favorite restaurant. Our plan is to start our meal by ordering our appetizer, then washing it down with our shared pitcher of water. Now that's a long one, but that's going to put your R's to the test. Anybody want to give that one a shot? The goal is to tire out your muscles here. Really push yourself. Okay, I can move along. Oh, there we go. Two people at the same time. Whoever wants to go, you could just start reading it out.
The
What got?
complete sentence?
Take it right from the top.
You're an expert in your field, but when conversations move fast, you hesitate and you play it safe, right? You choose simpler words so that nobody asks, "Can you repeat that? Can you say that again?" That hesitation is holding your ambitions back. But the fix is pretty simple. You've just got to refine some key patterns that you need most. Let's close that gap. Click the link in the description and book your first American accent training consultation now. Because the sooner you start, the sooner you'll speak with total confidence.
We are going to our favorite restaurant. Our plan is to start our meal by ordering our appetizer, then washing it down with our shared pitcher of water.
Could I hear this pitcher of water?
Pitcher of water.
That was well controlled, yes. Good sounds overall. I would just also say maybe, could I hear start our meal? Start our meal.
Start our meal.
That's good. Yep. Good R's there. Moving forward, let's see what we got next. So our dinner options are looking more savory than our first course. Our appetizer, which truly roused more hunger than it relieved. All right, moving on to the next one there. A lot of good R's. While we are waiting for our food, forgetful waiters are sharing our drinks with our neighboring table. We are not impressed, but are relieved when the manager resolves that our drinks are now free. So a lot of R's there. Anyone want to give that one a shot, reading it out loud?
Let me give it a shot, Pat. Can you
Right on,
can you hear me?
Jesus. Yes, sir.
All right. While we are waiting for our food, forgetful waiters are sharing our drinks with our neighboring table. We are not impressed, but are relieved when the manager resolves that our drinks are now free.
A lot of good R's. A lot of good R's. Very good. Very good. All right. Jesus, do you want to take the next one down there? What do you got with that? Because you've got a great R sound that you've developed on your own there. Let's hear what you got with the next one there.
All right. Our second course comprises our preferred salad, our regular red wine, and radishes, which are surprisingly large. Fried rice with carrots and red salsa are a bonus side dish that our friend Omar couldn't finish.
That was good. That was good. Does anyone want to give just this part here? Just that first piece.
That's
A
a good
shot?
that's a good portion, right? That's a good one right there.
I figured, yeah. Yeah,
Our
Mohit.
second
Oh,
course,
yep.
our second course comprises our preferred salad.
Just
Our
that preferred. Can I hear that? Getting that kind of
preferred,
sound.
preferred.
That's a well-defined R. Yes, sir. Preferred sound.
Our regular red wine and radishes, which are surprisingly large.
Good catch.
Fried rice with carrots and red salsa are a bonus side dish that our friend Omar couldn't finish.
Could I hear Omar?
Omar.
That's good. Good name. It's used in many languages, right? Omar. Very good. Moving forward, let's see how we finish off this meal with dessert. So I'll read out that next part. Our choice dessert includes fresh Shiraz and our own creme brulee. Brownies are our second option, while raspberry pie and Rocky Road ice cream are our third and fourth. Who wants to give that one a shot?
Pat, you need to scroll
we-
down because we can't see the whole text.
That's okay. Let me fix that because I thought you could. So now,
I mean,
how about now?
I wasn't. There we go. Now I can see it all. I don't know if anybody else had the same issue.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it just wasn't loading. But yeah, no, for sure. Mohit or anybody wants to take that one there?
Our choice dessert includes fresh Shiraz and our own creme brulee. Brownies are our second option, while raspberry pie and Rocky Road ice cream are our third and fourth.
All right. Couple of ones there we're going to define a little more. First, could I hear dessert? Dessert.
Dessert. Our
Yeah.
choice dessert.
Yes. How about Shiraz? Fresh Shiraz.
French Shiraz.
Very good. And then how about third and fourth?
Third and fourth.
With that fourth, what we got to make sure of
Fourth.
for that is that you round your lips for the O and then you bring your tongue up for the R. Or, four.
Fourth.
Yep.
Fourth.
That's it. We can't just get fourth. I mean, we can, but to really define that R, pull the tongue up. Fourth. Yes, sir. Moving forward, let's see this next one here. How about that? Anyone want to take that one on? Yeah, go ahead, Andrea. Yep.
We're now ready to request a bill, but realize that our credit card is not recognized by the register in the restaurant. In this restaurant. Sorry.
Nice. And just a tiny one here, almost easy to miss. Credit card. Just defining that R a tiny bit more. Our credit card.
Our credit card.
Nice. That's it. And careful not to give it a card, but kind of keeping the lips wide.
Ah.
Card. Credit card.
Credit card.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. That's it. Very good. Couple more to go. We got a couple longer ones here. We'll split this into two. So breaking this one into two pieces. Who wants to try reading out the first half of that? Up to the word departure. Sure, go right ahead, Jesus.
Our choices are to work off the debt washing dishes or try our luck rushing towards the door. Considering our cars are not far from the entrance by the bar, we ready ourselves for a rapid departure.
Good one. Yep. Rapid departure. A lot of good R's, nothing rolling in there.
I'm chuckling as I read the story, actually. So
It's a fun one, yeah.
it is. It's a good one.
And the final part. Anyone want to take on that other half? Okay.
I can finish. I can. Oh, wait. Did somebody?
However, before our race toward the doors, we are reminded that our rides are out of gas and are our only means of transportation.
Now, could I hear that? These R's, could I hear that? Are our only. Are our only.
Are our only means.
That's
only means
yeah, okay, better. And how about up here? Our rides are out of gas.
our rides are out of gas.
Good. Once more there. Our rides are out of gas.
Our rides are out of gas. Our rides are out of gas.
Not bad. So the word rides, that's actually the next kind of R that we're going to look at. We'll see that in just a couple minutes. But we want to flare the lips a little bit for it. So not just a rides, but a rides. Rides. And we'll see that one in just a minute. But on to the final part to wrap up this cute little story. Who wants to take on that last piece there?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Right on, you got it.
With our capture inevitable, we resign ourselves to hard labor, cleaning the restaurant floors before we are able to admit our mistake. We run into a roll of cash on the ground. With more than enough to cover our bill, we are relieved to resolve our debt and leave without a reason to worry.
Good. Very good. So, good R's. What I was hearing there, I wasn't hearing the word capture. I'm sure that I heard that one roll, but I didn't hear many others, or maybe not any others. Could I hear like that one there? Our capture inevitable.
Our capture inevitable.
That's it. Yeah. And then in this one here, inevitable. It's got one of those flap T's, real light and quick in the middle. Inevitable. That's it.
Inevitable.
Nice, nice. Now, just to bring to everyone's attention a little bit on that R that we've been seeing, when it's starting words, this is full of R starting words. And I mentioned at the beginning of our session that R is softer when it's ending a word. If there's a vowel sound before it, and those are the ones we've been seeing: capture, car, far, bar, stuff like that. But now, when we see R beginning a word, we flare it. And by flare it, I mean that you move your lips with it. This is the same movement that you make for the sound W. The same like a wha, where you, yeah, like that. Wha. I can see everyone making that. You bring the corners of your lips in, and then release it. Wha. The important thing, there's two important things. Number one, that your lips push away from your face. Wha, like a bird's beak. It shouldn't just be wah, wah. That's not enough. If you're just closing your lips, it's going to distort the sound. Wah. The other, part number two here, is that you are, that you have your teeth close together and that you're holding that R position without the tip of your tongue touching the alveolar ridge. So we're getting ra, ra. Lips moving out, tongue in the R position. Ra. Now, this is the R that we hear in a few different instances, but we're going to focus today on R beginning words. And these are the ones where R's got to be flaring out. So let's give this a bit of a warm up with some of these here. Can I hear, and you could feel free to unmute your mics. You know, I'd love to hear what you got with this, everybody. With these sounds like ra,
ra,
Ra.
ra,
Ra.
re,
Re.
re,
Re.
ray, moving sounds there.
Ray.
Row.
Row.
Roy.
Roy.
And finally, rew.
Rew.
Not bad, folks. Not bad. This one here is the most difficult combination of a consonant and a vowel in all of English. So you could think of words like through, or throughout, room, roof. These words get this movement for the r, but then they bring the lips in again. Rew. It's a bit of a complex one, and it's one that, well, we'll see a little. In fact, actually, sending over these materials right now, it's one that you can work on. If you check out this Google Doc here, you'll be able to work on that. Great for your muscle memory. Very good for your development, practicing these words. But anyway, sending that in the group right now so everyone can open that. All right. Yeah, feel free to check that out at your leisure. But common words with the R, that's what it's all about. Getting that R flaring in the most common words so that you can get your ears used to listening for it and your muscles used to producing it. Let's give this a shot, starting with run into trouble. Anyone want to give that a shot? Run into trouble. Sure, go right ahead.
Run into trouble.
Good, yeah. Good, clear sound. Anybody else want to get that R, get a little feedback on that R sound?
Run into trouble.
Oh, good. Now we got 3. Everyone wants to do that one. We run into a little trouble here. So we'll go first, I guess, Deborah, because ladies first, and then Mohit, and then Wakas. So Deborah, let's hear what you got there. Run into trouble. That's good. Yeah, flaring that R. Ruh. Very good. How about, yep.
Run into trouble.
Nice.
Run into trouble.
Now, something didn't point out. Trouble. Another flaring R. I'm hearing trouble, but a little more ruh. Trouble.
Run into trouble.
That's more like it. And Wakas, I believe you wanted to give that one a shot. Let's hear that. Ruh. Run into trouble.
Run into trouble.
Good. Yep. That's it. And then if everyone, I guess you folks could all unmute your mic, and let's see what we got here. With these next ones, just repeat them after me. Next one, a real treat.
A real treat.
There's no rush.
There's no rush.
Yes, and notice how those words connect. No to rush. No brings the lips in. Rush. Release it.
There's no rush.
That's it. No rush, folks. Take it easy. There we go. Ready for more.
Ready for more.
The right idea.
The right idea.
A quick read.
A quick read.
No good reason.
No good reason.
Reach the limit.
Reach the limit.
And finally, raise funds. A lot of ruh.
Raise funds.
All right, nailing these. Sounding good. Sounding very good. So just as we saw how it's common to mix up words like jar and jaw. Ah. These ones here, these minimal pairs, are valuable to train your muscles to recognize the R versus W movements and really how they're the same movement. R and what? Same movement.
What?
Precisely. Let's see these.
Ra-wa.
R, wa. And let's do that with these here. Starting with that. Run. One.
Run. One.
And same thing, all you folks, unmute your mics. I'd love to hear what you guys got for these. Run.
Run.
One.
Run.
Push your lips right
Run.
out. Get a good feel
Run.
for that.
One.
We.
Run. One.
Reel. Wheel.
Real wheel.
Feel.
Good. Rind. Wind.
Rind. Wine.
Wine.
Good. I think that Felipe, you could have moved your lips a little more in. Wind.
Wine.
That's a good full one. Risk. Whisk.
Whisk.
Risk. Whisk.
Rest. West.
Rest. West.
Rise. Wise.
Rise. Wise.
Something that everyone's doing very well is you're projecting the vowel so clearly. Like I'm not hearing anybody go rice, wise. That makes all the difference here. Even if your R isn't perfect, if you're making the vowel clear, your whole word is clear. Anyway, next one's raise, ways,
Raise. Ways.
rate, wait,
Rate. Wait.
rack, whack,
Rack. Whack.
right, white,
Right. White.
rage, wage.
Rage. Wage.
And one more, rain, wane.
Rain. Wane.
That's it. R pushing out. That's the key. Is you've got to get used to it, and these are how it's done. It's through all of these here. So what I'd like to do, and I mention this often in my one-on-one sessions and everything, that the way to bridge the gap between our training here and your real life is to create larger phrases based on these little, short ones that we got. Create larger phrases that are actually useful for you and practice them beforehand. So if you wanted to say, I don't know, if you exercise frequently and you measure your heart rate, well, then practice saying that. Heart rate. Or if you're sometimes in a rush, practice for that. In a rush. Let's go through a few of these lines here. We're not going to read every single one of these, but we'll just say one at a time. Each of you could do one line. All you've got to do is select one of these short common phrases from each line. Read it out, whichever one. I don't care which one you do. The one that's useful for you, and put it into a larger context. I don't know. Who wants to give that a shot? Jesus, does that make sense to you? You want to give that a shot? Right on, buddy. What do you got there? I think you're muted.
Oops.
Now we're good.
Beginner mistake. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think I'm pretty good at coming up with something on the fly. So I'm gonna take this one here. I was right. I was right to be in a rush this morning.
There we go. Okay, now we're getting in a good combination there. I was right to be in a rush this morning. Okay. Adding that to our list right now. We'll repeat that in a minute. Good one. How about with row number 2 there? Anybody want to come up with a phrase for row number 2? Something off the top of your head.
I wrote it for you so you could read it.
Good. I like it because you made it even more difficult for yourself with the, read it. That's good. You turned it up a notch. Let's hear that once more. I wrote it for you so you could read it.
I wrote it for you so you could read it.
Yes, and expert flap T between those words there, sir. Very good on that. Wrote it. I like it. Good. And Andrea, what do you got with the next row? Or did you have one on this row? What do you got there? Either row, whatever.
Yeah, maybe the previous one.
Sure.
It will,
Yep.
right? It really is a non-refund policy.
It really is a what policy, sorry?
It really is a non-refund policy.
Okay. I'm not catching the type of policy. Actually, sorry. Now,
You
here's
really-
where the R, I guarantee you, it's going to make all the difference here. Just get a good breath in and get that flow up and a clear R, clear vowels. It's going to be clear in that word.
It really is a non-refund policy.
And over fund?
No refund,
No
refund,
refund. Okay.
no refund policy.
Okay. Yes. Let me help. We're here to fix these things. That's all right. That no refund. Remember how I mentioned before that we were like connecting some words with like no re. Same deal there. I'm hearing like not refund versus no refund policy. Let's hear that. It really is a no refund policy.
It really is a no refund policy.
There, yes, that's it. Defining those R's, that lip movement, it just pushes the words out clearer. That's it. All right. How about with the next row? Anyone want to take on one of those?
I'm really
I'll do
close
that.
to my.
I'm reading. Sorry, Deborah,
Sorry,
go ahead. Yeah.
once again there, I think Deborah and then Wakas.
I'm really close to my goal of gaining 20 pounds.
Good. Close to my goal. What was your goal of?
Gaining 20 pounds.
Gaining 20 pounds?
Yeah,
Nice. I'm just surprised most people are doing the opposite.
I know, right?
But I guess you're putting on some muscle.
Yes.
Nice. Let's hear that. I'm really close to my goal of gaining 20 pounds.
I'm really close to my goal of gaining 20 pounds.
Yes. Nice. Nice. And Deborah, I like how in that pounds, you're stretching out that "ound" on the ending, not just pounds, but pounds. That's great. And next row, I think Wakas had one that came to your mind. Did you want to come up with a phrase there?
I had the previous one. I'm really close. You have to get it done right away.
Nice. Okay, let's hear that again. I'm really close to getting that done right away.
I'm really close to getting that done right away.
Nice. Oops. All right. I'm really close. That's clearly an important one there. Very good. Now, taking a look, the main way that you're going to develop this, like I've said, is repetition. These blue links, you can find them by opening up the Google Doc that I've sent in our chat here as we open this one up. And these blue links are all about youglish.com. You want to listen to them, especially the ones that are useful for you, like really close. And you want to repeat them. Get a habit of using them. Now, we are going to get to wrapping things up briefly. I just wanted to show you around how you're going to go about developing this in the days to come. So muscle memory is the key here. This isn't going to sound perfect all of the time right when you start doing it. I wish it would. I really do. But it's something that's not likely used in your native language. And so your muscles need to adjust to the jaw position, the lip movement, and the tongue position. That's what makes it so complex. Here's how we get that. So tongue twisters, I don't typically incorporate tongue twisters with my lessons. Like, I do sometimes, but I usually find tongue twisters to be a waste of time because it's not like you're going to pick up the phone with a client or, for any reason or whatever and start saying a tongue twister. But for the R, I make an exception because the R, you've got to get your muscles used to it. So you want to go through these. Irish wristwatch, or round and round the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran. A lot of difficult ones there. And it's just going to be about repetition. And then the other thing that you've got is these tongue twisters that I kind of wrote on my own. These ones are all about w versus r sounds. As we've explored, it's the same movement in each. We were right. When were we wrong? We were really worried. It's the same w kind of movement. It's the repetition that's going to make this a habit. So some people here even need to work on the w sound in the first place, right? So this is a great habit. If you do it in front of a mirror, if you do it just recording your own face on your phone, whatever, watch that you're pushing your lips out, w, r, and getting that consistent. So this here, you'll be able to find it right at the bottom of this American R Beginning a Word Google Doc. And additionally, if you look to the Flaring R Guide for Muscle Development, one of the materials packages I sent today, I've sent 2 materials packages. This has a lot. Like I'm telling you, when I cover the R sound with people, I cover it over the course of 8 to 10 weeks, And so what we've seen today is just a bird's eye view of what it takes to develop an R. This is something that it takes a lot of repetition, and there's a lot of, moving pieces here. But to kick it off, to get your ears used to it and get your muscles used to it, you want to check out these couple of podcast episodes that I've got here. One of them is just explaining R Beginning a Word, and the other is me reading out the phrases that we were looking at over here, these ones here. Just a great way to practice that muscle memory. So check those materials out. This will solve this difficulty for you, or at least it'll give you a head start. So, maybe we can take it on together in the days to come with a little more force. And I don't know, anybody have any R related questions? Anything that you'd want to clear up while we're here? Or I don't know, Felipe or Jesus, either of you have any comments? Oh, Jesus, yeah, what would you want to add? Love to hear your thoughts on it, sir.
I'd like to add a bit of a tip or additional consideration when you're trying to master ra and wa. In my own experience and learning and training, I find that the wa sound, W, has a much more forward positioning if you compare the two side by side. The other thing that I'd like to offer you for your edification, I guess, is that remember that with ra beginning our sound, our tongue is moving inside the mouth, but it's not touching the roof of the mouth. When we do a wa, on the other hand, W, the lips are doing everything. The tongue should not be moving. Think of it as being in a resting position. Whoa, 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 whoa. Interestingly, one other thing here is that R and W is a contrast that sometimes native English speakers, when they're little, they're growing, they sometimes confuse. Like I've seen that happen in one or two of my own children who are native English speakers. You hear they're trying to say a word with ra, but it sounds like wa. And so imagine rabbit, the animal, sounding like wabbit. It's just a matter of, tongue control, really. But just think about that, sit on it. I'm sure that it can help you.
Very good. Yes. No, exactly. Those are some good things to add. The tongue, it's not touching the roof of the mouth. It's pointing up. It's useful, but it's not going ra, rabbit, but rabbit. Yeah. That's it. All right. Well, for today, we'll get to wrapping things up here. I'm happy we had the opportunity to work on the R because we've been holding these sessions for a few months now. And the R is one that I don't rush into with students. Some of you may have even asked me about the R in the past, and I'll always tell you, I can give you a little feedback on it, but this is one that when you practice the R, you want to practice it with absolute precision, with total consistency for like at least 3 weeks minimum. But really, like I said, even working with me with a coach, I will take 8 to 10 weeks typically to practice the R sound. And that's just because it is difficult to develop, and it's not the easiest starting point, but it is an essential part for your speech. So get your vowel sounds projected clearly. Keep up the kind of speech flow that we've all been practicing for a while now. And then once we got that down, keep adding into that R articulation. Keep building that. And that's how we'll take it from here in the days to come. So
right.
I'll let you folks go for today, and we'll get to wrapping things up. And I'm glad everyone could make it out tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all next week.
All right. Signing off.
Right
Bye.
on.
Thank you.
Not a problem. See you everybody later. Bye.
Thank you, Patrick.
Happy to be here.
Hey guys, every day I'm seeing in the comment section, people are like, hey, Pat, how can I train with you? How can I get close to you? I'm an engineer. I'm in finance. I'm working in a competitive corporate environment. And well, look, if you want to coach with me, I want to help you, my friend. And so, look, there's a link that I put in the description of this podcast episode. And basically, if you click on it, all I ask for is your name, your phone number, and why you want to train with me. And then you'll have booked your private one-on-one consultation with me, Pat, and we'll make a game plan together. If you're tired of just running in circles without seeing real progress and you need an accent training breakthrough, I'm that coach that wants to push you hard. And so if you're ready for a breakthrough this year, go down, click that link, fill out the information, and we can set a consultation because I'm here to push you to succeed. If you give me the right to push you, I promise you this coach is going to help change your life. So go click that link, let me know how I can help you, and let's get connected, my friend.